I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning right back in. This is our third part. This is episode 5 and 6 of Black AF here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, Brianna Cheyenne, joined by AJ as usual.
What's up, everyone?
All right, so let me know, how did you feel about episode 5 and 6?
I thought it was good. I like the barbecue. The barbecue
was funny.
The barbecue was funny, and Joya went on her rant in the last episode. So, the struggles of trying to be a wife and trying to be a career woman at the same time. Well, a mother and a career woman.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle. I can honestly say I thoroughly enjoyed episode 5, especially. I enjoyed both, but I really loved episode 5 because the question of craft and your artistry from personal feelings clash often, and it's always a conversation I love to have with people. So I really enjoyed that. So let's just get straight into episode 5. Joya's kind of worried that her kids aren't Black enough because they can't dance. And I kind of understand the worry because, I know I have friends who are mixed and they have a sense of confusion when it comes on to their identity.
Mm-hmm.
So I get her worry and her little insecurity, but I don't want her to put her personal feelings onto her kids and make them feel paranoid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get. Okay, so in this episode, I learned a lot. One, I do agree with the dancing part. Honestly, listen, if you Black and you can't dance,
Facts.
it is a side eye. We like, okay, where you from? Where you grow up. But I will say I did learn a lot from, what she was saying about the struggles being a mixed person, or especially a light-skinned mixed person where they had a quiz or they do the Black test.
Mm-hmm.
I never experienced that, well, clearly, but that was, I have heard, like you said, from mixed people, they do have those type of experience where we got to, question it. Yeah. I even, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, I do quiz.
You do the quiz?
I'm gonna have to, I gotta see what movies that you watch.
Oh my God.
Boy,
AJ.
You gotta check nowadays.
So speaking of just questioning themselves, Kenya is really going through it creatively because this movie that he's supposed to be a part of is just not something he feels like he should represent because he personally doesn't believe in the project.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting that his cousin made him say, look, white people copy what we do all the time and they get praised and we get clowned. Mrs. Doubtfire is the white Joanna man. I never made that connection until just now. Yeah.
That's interesting. I do like what he said though, or what Lena said when she was like, basically, like, we should stick together in public. And like,
Yes.
if you do criticize, like, do it privately, but like, don't publicly, because not too many other races do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like we need to show support to the public. And if you have some type of suggestions or critiques, save it to, for private, because it's just so hard to even get out there in public in the first place. Then when you do, it's kind of like, okay, well, at least you got out there. You know what I'm saying? Now we can support you and cultivate you and, build on your skills privately. But in the public, show support.
I agree with that. Definitely, especially because it's already a competitive industry and the market for Black entertainment is so small. So the least we can do is pat each other on the back and pull each other to the side and say, that was trash, right? Because I personally deep down feel that white Hollywood has no problem saying, yo, this was some was some bull. I don't like this project. And then they chalk it up and say, okay, that's the business. And he was honest, and that's all. So we have a responsibility to fulfill it, like you said, with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really thought it was fitting that he brought Tyler Perry in to this episode.
Okay, girl. Tyler Perry was preaching, honey. I was like, yes, yes, yes. I like this little preach. He was preaching. Oh
Okay.
no! Oh, go ahead. Let me know what you think, Bree. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna save my comment for last. You go first.
Okay. I felt like Tyler Perry was super fitting because I have a love-hate relationship with Tyler Perry. Mm-hmm. The Madea stuff was amazing. I was hip to Madea before he was on big screen. I was watching Madea movies when they were on the VHS tapes.
Yeah, he was doing the stage plays.
Yes. So I've been following him since that.
Okay.
And then when it kept going, and then the storylines were always the same, I got to a point where I'm just like, look, I'm not going to support this just because you're Black. I am that person. I don't care. When I'm watching something, I want to be entertained. And if I feel a part of feeling entertained is feeling like something is not predictable. And when your script is always the same thing, why am I going to keep paying $20 to see your movie when I know what is going to happen?
Okay.
So that's how I feel about that. I respect him feeling like he doesn't care, and that is totally his business. However, that approach is not for everyone. That's just how I feel.
Yes. Now, you finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is how I feel about Tyler Perry and the whole situation. Tyler Perry, okay, so let's aside from Tyler Perry, let's say they put out content that was so positive, like, with Black people really support it. Because this is what I find. Black people say, I'll say some, mm-hmm. Some Black people say they want this and this, but when it comes out, it's like, they don't relate to it, or they'll critique it, or they'll criticize it anyway. So I feel like it's a lose-lose. So in order to, get to the masses, you got to put something that they'll relate to. Because look how many people supported it. But Tyler Perry is smart because I feel like it's hidden messages throughout, and also because look what he just did. He used all of that money to build something that goes down in history for Black people. You get what mm-hmm. I'm saying? And he would not, I don't think he would have done that. He wouldn't have gained that much. He wouldn't been, I don't think he wouldn't, I think it would have been harder for him to be able to do that had he not had those had he not put out that type of content that people could relate to. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying? Because people criticized him, but I mean, this man just made history. Like he made his own Hollywood. Right. And it's catering just to Black people. So it's kind of like you got to give and take. Because mm-hmm. I'm looking at the overall big picture. And come on now, if they put that out there, Black people are like, I don't like that. Yeah. So it's kind of like, mm-hmm. How do you win?
I totally agree with what you're saying. That's kind of why I said it's not for everyone. Because I think when you're in this industry, when the creative back end, it also depends on what is your goal. Is your goal for accolades and approval and awards, or is your goal popularity? If your goal is just popularity, you can take the approach and say, oh, just give the people what they want. It doesn't matter. But when your goal is acknowledgement by the Oscars and Academy Awards and everything like that, white Hollywood, you kind of have to say, look, I need to push the envelope. I need to step outside of what the norm is or what I usually do because I want to be taken to another level. And I personally feel like in order to reach a certain point of success in entertainment, you have to be able to take a step back and not so much conform, but think about other audiences besides your everyday demographic.
But So with Tyler Perry, the thing is that a lot of people don't know, Hollywood doesn't even recognize Tyler Perry. They
Right.
don't. He said that multiple times. That's why he sat there and built his own thing. So I don't think he's looking to be accepted for them. I think he's doing what he's passionate about and what he can relate to. Because
Mhm.
it's kind of like I can't put out content that I can't relate to. Because if I do that, then it's not authentic to me. He's putting out what's authentic to him. How can he tell a story about something that he hasn't experienced? So what he's doing is he's using his own experience and creativity to put out content that people that want to, watch it. And who knows what's in store for the future, because like I said, he did do that, but look what he just built.
Right.
What he built is bigger than like, so and it's catering to a Black audience. And so you never know. People, they say in order for the sheep to follow you, you have to act like you're one of them.
Yeah.
So that's why, I can't, we don't know. I don't know what's in Tyler Perry's mind and what he has in store for the future,
He
but
just
all I
doesn't
know is
care.
I just respect him because he doesn't care. He's not trying to fit in.
Mhm.
He already made it clear Hollywood doesn't acknowledge him. He's not trying to be acknowledged.
Mhm.
And even without acknowledging for Hollywood, look what he was able to accomplish.
Right.
He was still able to, because he, like, I think the universe just rewards you for your hard work and you just being true to yourself.
Yeah. That's why it works for him. I'm
Mhm.
really glad that we have people like the Tyler Perrys and the Kenya Barrises, though, who take the I don't care approach. I'm gonna just do what I need to do and then build my own table. And then
Mhm.
we have the people who do say, I want more than just acknowledgement from my community. I want to challenge myself. I want to create things that are different. So
Mhm.
I get why Kenya said, do I want people to F with me just because I'm Black? Or do I
Mhm.
want people to F with me because they actually like what I'm putting out? And I guess I'm the type of person that I don't want you to just support me because I'm a Black media personality, or I'm a Black designer, or I'm a Black owned clothing line. I want you to support me because you see what I'm doing is dope and you see my talent and you recognize that and you respect my talent, not because of the way I look on the outside.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. But Tyler Perry, he does much more than just those type of movies. Like he produces a lot of shows on the own network as well that are not stereotypical. So I feel like Tyler Perry, he has his hand in different pots that still relate to Black people, different types of Black people. Because like he does a lot of other shows that with Oprah as well. So it's kind of like you get out what you're looking for. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I know that because I've seen I know like his different types of work. Like he worked on what was it, haves and have nots,
Yeah, he
like
has a lot.
so it's different. Yeah, so it's not just all stereotypical, Black stuff. He has a range of stuff that caters to Black people. Or
Yeah,
no, okay, go ahead, girl.
he has a range, and he shout out to him because he's definitely creating opportunities for Black artists out there. Um, hey Tyler, do your thing. You got your bag. I don't have my bag yet, so hey, what do I know? But
So what would you like Tyler? What would you like him to put out? Like what type of content?
I
Like
honestly, the thing is, I feel like Tyler Perry has reached such a pinnacle in his artistry that there's nothing
Mhm,
I can point out and say I would like for him to do that, because he's done so much. Like,
mhm,
so it's hard. I want him to do what he wants to do. I respect him for doing what he wants to do. Is he my favorite writer? Absolutely not.
mhm.
But I'm glad to see that he has stayed true to himself and created his own opportunities. That's what I'm proud of. Regardless,
Yeah.
I don't support everything he does, but I will always applaud anybody in the industry who's creating opportunities for themselves and other people to follow.
I will agree with you that I will say for the record, I really don't watch Tyler Perry stuff
Hmm.
because like that's just not what I watch. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I never watched his stage plays or nothing. Like I don't know. I have a hard time watching just because I'm not interested in it, but I just respect him. I just know about him to respect him. You know what I'm saying? But will I probably go see? It's probably maybe two movies maybe. But
Yeah.
I respect the grind.
Yeah. Once it reaches a point of, okay, she got a gun in her purse. That's cool. All right. Yeah. They shouting in church. Okay. That's cool. All right. Ghetto, hood rat, gully.
Yeah.
Okay. We get it. What else? What else?
Young Black woman, single Black
Right.
mom.
Struggling mom. Somebody's a crackhead. Absent father. Okay. All right. Sexual abuse. Okay. There's more. There's got to be more.
Yeah, I do. Trust me, I get what you're saying. I just think that like I said, to get the sheep, you got to act like you one of them. I just feel like he gonna flip it because nobody knew he was working on this plan with building his home studio. Like, so I'm just interested to see what's in store for the future. He might flip it. People flip it all the time, girl. All the time they flip it up. They switch it up. I don't know. We'll see.
We're going to revisit this. Once he starts putting projects out, we're going to revisit it and see what type of stuff he's creating with this studio he made.
Okay. Yeah, we see.
So with episode 6, it really focused a lot on Joya and her insecurities with her decision not to pursue work. And this animosity, I picked up on the animosity from the first episode, but they dive deeper into it in episode 6. And so I wanted to know your thoughts on just overall how you feel about how they're managing that issue.
I mean, I feel like I've seen this issue a lot with moms that had careers that gave up their careers and now they're like, okay, now I want to start back working. I just feel like she wants to be known as more than a mom. And she always says, and that's why she always introduces herself as a lawyer. Because, like she said, I don't think she willingly gave up her career. It's kind of like, not that she had to, but she kind of had to make a sacrifice because she was having kids and, his career was going on. So it was like, okay, well, I'll stay home. I don't think it was none where she was like, oh, I'm just happy. Let me stay home. I think it was a decision that they just, it was. Yeah. So I think it was a lot that came into it, but I think she gave up her career reluctantly. So now she's missing it and she wants to get back, into it. And of course, it's going to be an issue for the husband, of course. It's always an issue for the men.
Always an issue.
Always.
Just a little bit of change and their whole life is falling apart. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know what they would do without this.
And also I think too, because Kenyon is so like egotistical that he just likes attention and he just likes all of that. So I think once Joya goes to work, it'd be like not a competition. Well, okay. Would you admit that Joya is competitive? Like she just wants to get the attention or she wants to be known, like she wants to be seen. I feel like I've seen that in the episodes.
I think she is competitive. I don't think she's as competitive as Kenya, but she's definitely competitive.
Right. So she's a little bit, but he's like over the top. So I feel like for him, it's like, okay, girl, calm it down. And so that's why it's a problem for him because they said throughout all the episodes that it's all about him. He's just all into himself. So yeah, if my wife, is getting all this attention and I'm like, wait a minute, girl, you was just a stay-at-home mom. What you doing?
I think it's also because in the beginning, she was the breadwinner. And now that he finally has this leg up as the breadwinner, part of me feels like he enjoys being able to hold that over her head.
Yeah.
Even though he likes to act like he wishes she would go back to work, that's cool. But I really feel like if she was to go back to work, he hopes that she doesn't make more money than him.
Yep. That's a man thing. I feel it. I agree.
Such a man thing. I do think she did get comfortable in the lifestyle.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. Like she doesn't take him to school anymore.
Right.
She got a driver for that. She got somebody cooking a breakfast. She got a nanny. By the way, they need to fire. What's her name? Lupe she got to go. I know she's trying to take care of her family in Guatemala or whatnot. Honey, first of all, the boy was about to get electrocuted. And then he was about to cut his face with the scissors.
He's tucking her in at night.
Come on, Lupe. What's her name? Lupe.
Girl.
We gotta go. Okay. That's sad.
She I think she just, But I do at the same time kind of get Kenya's annoyance because it does seem like Joya just stopped trying. Because at first, we know that he said, take all the time you need. You almost died giving birth.
Uh-huh.
3 years later, you haven't done anything to help yourself. You're dependent on other people raising your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you been doing in this time to be this Jay-Z and Beyonce partnership that you claim that you want to be? And
Mm.
now your decision to do that is by becoming a socialite. But the reason Jay-Z and Beyonce are who they are is because Beyonce has her own thing that she pursued and became a boss in it,
Mm-hmm.
not just by fame.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Joya is just trying to find her again. Like, I think she tries to keep hold to her little hip hop dance class. Now she's like, okay, I need my career back. Like, I think she wants to be known as more than just being a mom and a stay at home mom and a wife.
Yeah.
She's like, I need my pieces of me back. She's trying to find it by writing these books and trying to get back out there.
What do you think her book is about? What could her book possibly be about?
Girl, probably about lawyers.
Okay.
I'm guessing because that's why she asked Bracia. By the way, I love seeing Bracia Webb and Nia Long.
Yes, Neil. I was like, yes, Neil. I love her.
They look so good. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, sidetrack. They look good though. But yes, I feel like that's why when she asked Bracia, she was like, is this offensive to lawyers? And she was like, well, to me it's not, but to lawyers that actually work, yeah, it is a bit offensive because like you don't really practice it. So
Yeah.
So I think that it's something to do with a career.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be, oh no, actually it probably is because when they was doing a little interview, the mock interview, they asked her, so what did why did you come back? And then she had given this whole spiel because she felt disrespected. And it was like, okay, don't say that, to say you want to do a change, So.
She definitely needed that cleanup.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for her saying this wealthy lifestyle she has is reparations. I didn't like that.
What'd she say?
She basically was saying, because Brisha brought up the fact that basically what we're saying, she has this lifestyle that she's been benefiting from for a very long time. And Joya was saying, well, of course I have it. This is my reparations. I deserve it.
Oh.
I don't care for that because he didn't force you to have 6 kids. He didn't force you to get married. He didn't force you to stop working. All he's done has been your sidekick, your partner in crime. So when I think reparations, I think it's when you've been done wrong and you owe me. But these were all decisions you decided to make. So why do you feel it obligated to this lifestyle?
Okay, I can see that point. Maybe because, like they said, she was the breadwinner in the beginning. And so I think she was the one with the money that helped fund, she had the money at first.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like she sacrificed all of that and assisted. She said she helped him with his stuff. So it's kind of like, I helped you. I assisted you with your career. I had these 6 kids. Okay, so now what? You owe me. I think that's where it came from. So I don't know, but in marriages, I feel like they're give and take. Like you sacrifice some things. So
exactly.
Even if she probably didn't want to have kids, it would come off as selfish just because you now entered a union with a man. So it's kind of like not always about you anymore. So I think
But at this point, I feel like once you have 3 kids, clearly kids is something that you want. So 6, you can't tell me you don't want kids. You cannot tell me somebody forced them kids on you.
Girl, I don't know, but okay. So what do you think about when the Black woman narrative that she was mentioning and how, because she had an issue, because that's one of the points she was trying to make. She's like, well, why is it an issue if I just want to be, why I can't indulge and spoil myself or get catered to? How did you feel about that?
I feel like it kind of touches on when we were talking about the whole Black feminism thing,
Mhm.
and where we are forced to always make a choice.
Mhm.
And that's also why we as Black women have I don't want to say angry, but we want a lot because we know what we were deprived of in the past. And given the times today that are so different, we want to be able to indulge in all of that. And anybody who affects that in a negative way, you're a threat. And you're not going to take this second act from
Mhm.
me. So I feel her, because Black women for a very long time, we have not been able to live the lives that we want. Everything has been lined up and decided for us. We were treated like animals.
Mhm.
So I get the
So,
passion.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, the narrative is just, I feel like the narrative needs to be changed.
Mhm.
And yeah, I feel like it needs to be changed because that is the narrative. It's just like, we're so used to, it's like I feel like Black women are just so used to taking care of things and handling things that we don't put ourselves first. But I feel like that's just something we need to do individually, because if you really think about it, who really be going hard for people?
Who goes hard for us? Nobody.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I think, and this is my opinion, I think Black women need to wake up and they need to put themselves first and
Hmm.
take care of themselves. Cause I'ma just say it, I don't believe in struggle love. I don't ride or die for nobody. I'm not nobody's therapist. I'm no, seriously, because that's the, cause not to sidetrack, but that's the issue with a lot of Black women. We trying to look out for everybody, but nobody. Men don't do that. So why are we always the ones that we need to cater to ourselves and take care of ourselves? Because that's the only way that other people put us first and they see us putting ourselves first. So hey, I don't ride or die for nobody but myself. I put
Feel
myself
you.
first.
I feel you.
I don't do struggle love. I ain't struggling with nobody. Ain't nobody ride or die at
Oh no,
all. For
nobody
real.
has time to be struggling. This is the thing. Because me
Mhm.
personally, I'm a rider. I'm not gonna lie. I am, only because as long as whatever you're going through doesn't bring me down. That's what, if you're struggling, I don't mind being there and supportive. But once it starts to
Mhm.
take a toll on me personally, that's when I have to cut it. But I
Mhm.
do agree with you that Black women do have to start putting themselves first. And I think we are just now getting to a point
Yeah.
where we're starting to put ourselves first. Unfortunately, it's in an era where it's sought as take a man for his money, hot girl summer, all that stuff. That's how it's been created for us. So now that's like, if your lifestyle's not like that, you're not really living.
Mhm.
I think that's ignorant. To each their
Mhm.
own, but that's not a lifestyle for everybody.
Mhm.
But
No.
the narrative does need to change for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, I just feel like it's just always Black women. I don't see no other type of woman that just does what Black women do. And I'm like,
Mhm,
to an extent, that's like not good for us. Like the strong Black woman narrative is not positive for us because that's technically saying you don't need a man because I got it, I can do it. But no
mhm,
other race of women do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we need to, that type of care and attention we put into other people, especially men. Men can
mhm.
go see a therapist for that because I'm not a therapist unless you're paying me. And I'm going to put that time and attention to myself because I just feel like you're wasting your youth. You're young.
Yeah,
Like, why am I wasting my time trying to figure out your issues? No, why? I don't know.
that strong Black woman narrative is also what causes us to be taken advantage of. And that's
Girl.
why we get overlooked so much, because they always say, oh,
Mm,
she's fine, she got it. It's assumed that because of adultification, we're looked at as more mature than we are, and we suffer more because we're expected to handle things on our own. So they don't feel
yep,
like they need to have our back. But a white girl
exactly.
just one tear, everybody's rushing. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, what's wrong? A Black girl could get jumped and everybody's just looking like, oh, she probably did something to deserve it.
Listen, they just need to, I just feel like Black women, we need to tap into our feminine femininity.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, get back into that softer side. That's why I said I just feel like we got to start taking care of ourselves and view ourselves different, because it really starts with yourself. People treat you how you treat yourself.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, it's definitely about self-love. And I think Joya is getting to a point where her self-love is becoming more than just materialism and more about inner care within her mental state. And I liked the fact that she brought her daughter's opinions in to ask, how do you feel about me doing this? Because I feel like once she brought her daughters in, it became more real to her and much more serious.
Yeah. I like her daughters. They're so cute. Well, by the way, did you catch it when Chloe was talking to what's the older daughter? Drea, and she said, "Did you come out yet?"
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't know. We still doing predictions, but Drea into girls. So,
I don't think so.
What was she talking about? What was she talking about?
I think she was just being funny, because remember in the first couple episodes when they were saying how you don't have any friends and da 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 da. I think they just like messing with her.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to see.
We'll see. Oh, look at you being messy, AJ.
Listen, I'll be catching stuff.
Catching everything that nobody else is looking at.
Girl, that's because I'm secretly shady and I'm petty, so I catch it.
So that's your prediction, that Drea might be a lesbian. All right. Okay. Well, if we're doing predictions, then I guess I predict that I don't think they're gonna get a divorce. I think I don't know.
Yeah. They're not gonna get a divorce.
They're definitely not gonna get a divorce, but I feel like something major is going to happen. I would like for Joya to be an entertainment lawyer, so she's not as stressed, because she was a defense lawyer before. So I feel maybe an entertainment lawyer, it's softer, it's not as stressful.
Yeah, because I remember in the what was the first episode when they was on a dinner date and the couple was like, "Oh, are you still defending those the people that really be in trouble, but she be trying to get them out?" So yeah,
which makes sense why she made so much money.
Yeah, she was defending millionaires, CEOs.
Well, that was an amazing breakdown of episode 5 and 6. We definitely covered great topics.
Yes, I agree. This was good.
This was good. Yes, this was good. Well, of course, we have to follow up with episodes 7 and 8. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to it tonight, but we will be sure to get to it next week. So stay tuned for some updates, or pop up on your feed or something like that, I'm sure. But in the meantime, make sure you follow us on our social media. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at IamB_.